So that's kind of how Rana and Myrna got me. Right, so I'm running for mayor for the city of New London, and honestly, the most attractive piece of the spiel that Rana and Myrna gave me was that only 3,300 people voted in the mayoral race last time around. And I thought, well, we can do better than that here in a town of 27,000. And we really have to do better. And just a third candidate who is a little younger and not a man, and who is kind of has the backing of this green energy, will just, even if I don't even do anything, will sort of shift the balance of power in ways that are useful and will have ripple effects. And then as we started, looking at the landscape of our local politics and the kind of the big issues that affect our small town, we thought, well, we absolutely have to kind of be talking about, just this kind of basic human decency, the positive impact of immigrants in our community is something that we're talking about, right? And already both Rana and I have been quoted in the newspaper talking about how the police should relate to immigration and customs enforcement, and setting ourselves apart from both the Democrats and the Republicans on an issue like that. And then having this kind of backlash come back at us, lifelong residents of New London don't care about these national issues, right? As though the world sort of stops at the intersection of Briggs and Jefferson, right above the cemetery, right? Like the world doesn't enter New London, right? And so that's already been really interesting. We have this wind project that's coming to New London, perhaps, and bringing the possibility of green jobs to our community. And yet we're going to have to really fight to make sure that New Londoners, 30% of whom live below the poverty line, are included in that, in those equations, and are offered those jobs, and offered the opportunity to, to see themselves as really part of our community. So one of the kind of frameworks of the campaign has been, we want to make New London work for the people who live here now, and by virtue of doing that, then we can attract new people, right? And we can attract a new investment and new interest in our community by serving the needs of the people who live here right now. And New London is on the cusp of becoming, what in the kind of old frame would be, we're on the cusp of becoming a majority-minority community, right? We're about to become a non-white majority community. And we can feel some of the old guard being very anxious about that and nervous, and this kind of reflexive racism that's very coded around renters and newcomers and those people, right? People who use our social services, of which there are many in our kind of community of massive numbers of nonprofits. And anyway, so those are some of the kind of issues that we're going to be talking about over the next 5 weeks or so, and then continue to talk about, once I'm mayor. I mean, not once I'm mayor. And my campaign manager, Chris, has been really good about, we need 2,500 votes to win. The biggest voting bloc in New London is unaffiliated voters. Don't tend to come out for off-national elections. So in that way, we have a lot of mobilizing to do, a lot of organizing to do, and the district that I live in, the largest, poorest, most racially diverse district within our community, is a district that doesn't show up for these kinds of races, right? 900 something members of my district out of 5,000 some registered voters showed up for the last election. So we're going to be really focusing so that's like an 18% turnout rate, and down by the water in the 3rd district, the turnout rate was more like 50%, right? Which is more kind of
56.
Respectable for these off-cycle elections. So we're going to be really focusing our energy in my neighborhood, basically, and I think that's going to be a real fruitful set of conversations to have. We have, instead of kind of leading with like how the Green Party is going to lower people's taxes or deal with trash, which are 2 of the kind of issues that bubble up to the top all the time, we're organizing our campaign around these 3 questions. What do you love about New London? Really tapping into this really beloved community that people care very deeply about. What frustrates you about our community? And what's one thing that would make life better for you? What are some concrete solutions? And really getting at the creativity and the agency, the creativity that people have and the agency that people need in order to really enact change within our communities. So in addition to winning at the mayoral level or at the city council level, Rana, of course, is running for city council. Charmaine Greger is running for Board of Ed. So we have a full complement of electoral options in all 3 local races. We set some other benchmarks. And the other benchmarks were doubling that turnout, right, from 3,300 to 6,600. And that's like kind of a pretty high reach, but it really doesn't. The Democrats aren't going to work all that hard at turnout, right? Because like the passivity of our, of our local electorate serves the interests of our, of the majority within our community. So Republicans are going to try and turn people out. And we're going to try and turn people out. Even if they're just turned out because they think I'm incredibly inexperienced and they're terrified of a woman under the age of 50, like running in London. So doubling turnout is one goal, and then increasing local Green Party membership. We're 70-some strong here in London, which is pretty small, and we'd like to kind of get over 100 through this race. And we think that that's actually a pretty achievable goal when people hear sort of the just kind of our perspective and the lens through which Greens are viewing local issues and local politics. And as Bud sort of said, we are, we're a riverfront community, we're a sound front community. We really need to be thinking not just in 4-year chunks or 8-year chunks, but really in kind of century. We need a kind of century thinking for our community to build in resiliency for climate change, to make the kind of big changes in our individual and systemic lifestyles to survive a warming climate. And the Green Party has a lot to offer that. And so we're excited about that. So there are a bunch of debates. There's a bunch of work in the next month. Our work is made slightly harder. And I think some of you know this, or this has been on the Facebook page, that my nomination, the officialness of my nomination is in question because of paperwork lost. We think at the state level, we're going to be in court on Monday, and we filed paperwork last Monday. We'll be before Judge, I think his name is like Calmer or something like that. That's what I've been calling him, Judge Calmer, which is a great name for a judge.
Calmer. Judge Calmer.
So almost, right? Judge. We'll have to get it right on Monday. We will. Thank you, Your Honor. And so, well, we're optimistic about that, and we are prepared to run as a write-in, or I'm prepared to run as a write-in, and run like ever harder because of those higher thresholds that third parties have to kind of grapple over. So I guess that's all I'll say. And thank you.
Good luck.